Are you considering a shift in property ownership that could unlock new opportunities? Converting a property from freehold to leasehold might seem intimidating, but with the right guidance, it can be an important move that maximizes your investment. In this guide, we will be taking you through the essential steps and insights that will help you through this transition smoothly. Mr. John owned a freehold property for generations. One day, he gathered his family members and told them that he wanted to convert his freehold property to a leasehold property. The family was shocked. "What does that mean, Dad?" asked Emily, the youngest daughter. Mr. John explained, "As freeholders, we own the land and the house completely, but converting to leasehold means that we will still own the house, but the land will be owned by someone else, usually a freeholder. We will pay a yearly ground rent to them." "But why would we do that?" asked Sarah, Emily's older sister. Mr. John sighed. "There are financial benefits. It could help us reduce some immediate costs. Plus, leasing the land might attract some investment for improvement to the estate." Curious about this change, Emily decided to learn more. She visited the village library and found a book about property ownership. She learned that while leasehold properties allowed families to live in their homes, they often come with responsibilities like paying ground rent and adhering to specific lease terms. Sometimes, if the lease was short, it could make selling the property more complicated. After sharing her findings with her family, Emily suggested they consult a local real estate expert before making any decision. The family agreed and they met with Mr. Perigon, a friendly real estate agent. Mr. Perigon explained further. "Converting to leasehold can have its advantages, but you need to understand the long-term implications. If you decide to go ahead, make sure the lease is long enough to maintain property value and appeal to future buyers." With this advice in mind, the Jones family held another meeting. They weighed the pros and the cons carefully, discussing how the change might affect the future. In the end, they decided to convert the property to leasehold but negotiated a long lease with clear terms. This way, they could enjoy the benefits without risking the investment. Once the conversation was complete, the family felt relieved and excited about the future. They could continue living in their beloved home while knowing they had made a well-informed decision. As the season passed, the Jones estate continued to flourish. The family remained dedicated to their home and community, and the decision to convert to leasehold turned out to be a positive step for them. Emily, proud of her research and the family's thoughtful approach, often reflected how a little knowledge could lead to a brighter future. Below are the steps of converting a freehold property to a leasehold property. 1. Consult a property lawyer. Consulting a property lawyer is important when converting a property from freehold to leasehold. This is because lawyers possess specialized knowledge of the property laws and regulations. Lawyers go through the complexities of leasehold agreements, provide guidance based on the specific circumstances, and prepare legal documents like lease agreements to ensure clarity and enforceability. If negotiations are needed, the lawyer represents your interests and addresses any disputes that may arise during the process. Number 2, review the leasehold requirements. Reviewing leasehold requirements is necessary when converting a property from freehold to leasehold, as laws and regulations vary by region. Familiarizing yourself with these regulations helps ensure compliance and involves specific procedures for conversions, such as obtaining permissions and adhering to standards. Local laws often dictate lease lengths, ground rent, and the right and obligations of the leaseholders and freeholders. This helps in drafting a compliant lease agreement. Number 3, draft the lease. Drafting the lease is a key step in converting a property from freehold to leasehold. This requires collaboration with a property lawyer to ensure the agreement is legally sound and made to your needs. The key elements of the lease agreements include the lease term, which vary from several decades to hundreds of years, clearly defined ground rent, and the responsibilities of both the leaseholder and freeholder regarding maintenance and alterations. Additionally, restrictions on property use, rights for lease renewal, and dispute resolution procedures should be included. Number 4, obtain consent. Consent refers to the approval required from relevant parties such as lenders, tenants, or freeholders before making changes to ownership or use of a property. Obtaining consent when converting a property from freehold to leasehold is important, especially if there are existing agreements or obligations. If a mortgage exists, lender approval is often necessary as they have specific requirements for leasehold properties. If there are tenants, their rights must be considered and their consent may be required for any changes affecting their tenancy. Number 5. Register the lease. Registering the lease is a major final step in converting a property from freehold to leasehold, providing legal recognition of the rights as a leaseholder with the local land registry. This process protects your interests and ensures that ownership is acknowledged by all relevant parties. Once registered, the lease becomes part of the public records. This promotes transparency and reduces the risk of disputes. Registration also safeguards against potential claims from third parties, establishing a clear chain of title essential for future legal matters. Additionally, a registered lease simplifies future transactions, making it easier to sell or transfer the lease. Number 6. Notify relevant authorities. Notifying relevant authorities is a key step in converting a property from freehold to leasehold. This process ensures compliance with local laws, updates property records, and reflects your new leasehold status, preventing potential legal issues. Informing the local council is particularly important as it allows them to adjust tax records and provide necessary services like waste collection and planning permissions. Number 7. Keep records. Keeping records during the conversion of a property from freehold to leasehold is important for several reasons. First, it provides proof of your leasehold ownership, which is important for asserting your rights in potential disputes. It also ensures compliance with legal requirements, as documented evidence can support your case if issues arise. Additionally, maintaining records of ground rent payments, lease agreements, and correspondences helps manage financial obligation and track expenses. Organized records facilitate future transactions. This is because buyers will want to review your lease and related documents. Key documents to retain include the signed lease agreement, consent documents, communication records, payment receipts, and the registration confirmation from the local land registry. Number 8. Consider financial implications. Considering the financial implications of converting a property from freehold to leasehold is important. This conversion affects the market value, as leasehold properties may have lower resale values, particularly with short lease terms. It is important to assess how this change may impact your property's long-term value, especially if you plan to sell. Tax implications also arise, as local councils may adjust property tax assessments based on your new ownership status. Consulting with a tax professional is advisable to understand any potential changes in tax liabilities. Number 9. Research local market trends. Researching local market trends when considering converting a property from freehold to leasehold is important. This is because it helps you understand how leasehold status may impact property value and marketability. Leasehold properties often sell for less than freehold ones, especially if they have shorter lease terms, so assessing these factors is important. Additionally, some buyers may prefer freehold properties due to perceived stability, which could influence the demand for leasehold homes. Number 10. Inform future buyers. Informing future buyers about the leasehold status of your property is important for transparency and legal compliance. Being upfront promotes trust, as buyers need to understand the property's nature and any limitations associated with the leasehold ownership. Legally, sellers must disclose specific details, and failing to do so can lead to disputes after the sale. Are you looking for a trusted real estate agency to walk you through your real estate journey? Look no further. Paragon Properties has you covered. You can contact them today via 0743 768533 or visit their website at www.paragonproperties.co.ke. See you in the next video.